Be in the know with unlimited access to IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. Our in-depth coverage of all things business means you'll always be completely in the know. Subscribe for just $1 a week. Get started now at ibj.com/trial offer.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Thursday, March 19th, 2026. I'm Gary Dick. Farmer sentiment saw a slight improvement in February, though agricultural producers are still wary about what the future will bring. That according to the latest Purdue University CME Group Ag Economy Barometer. Purdue's Michael Langenmeyer points to the barometer's index of future expectations, which fell to its lowest level since September of 2024.
I think what's going on is that the relatively tough environment we're facing today is expected to continue into the future.
The Metropolitan Development Commission in Indianapolis has approved plans for a $4 billion data center in Decatur Township, moving forward with the city's largest project of its kind since the boom in data centers began. Seattle-based Saby Corporation plans to build a co-location facility, one that serves multiple tenants rather than one major tech company like Amazon or Google. Supporters say once the build-out is complete, it is projected to generate $22 million in property taxes annually. Meantime, a 150-megawatt solar farm in Knox County is now operational. Miami-based Origist Energy says the Wheatland Solar Project can generate enough energy to power 45,000 homes. CenterPoint Energy has a 20-year agreement to purchase power from that development. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader. Indiana has the worst foreclosure filing rate in all of the country. That according to new property data, contributing to a gradual upward trend in foreclosure rates that began last year.
In February, there was one foreclosure for every 1,597 housing units in Indiana. The state's ranking comes from the national property data research firm ADAM, which collects foreclosure filing data directly from more than 3,000 county assessor offices nationwide. South Carolina and Florida had the next highest rankings last month. In December, Indiana ranked 6th of all states. For major metropolitan areas with over 200,000 residents, Indianapolis ranked 3rd and Evansville 4th highest. A spokesperson for Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett said that foreclosures are a separate legal process from city policy and noted that the Indianapolis metropolitan area is not just Marion County. Spokespeople for Governor Mike Braun and Evansville Mayor Stephanie Terry did not respond to requests for comment. More foreclosures can limit opportunities for local families to build generational wealth, according to Amy Nelson, executive director of the Fair Housing Center of Central Indiana. She says often when homes go into foreclosure, they end up being purchased by out-of-state investors who then flip them into expensive rentals. An analysis of property data in January 2025 found that out-of-state investors owned over 20,000 homes, or about 1 in 4 homes, in 5 central Indiana counties. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The Ports of Indiana has opened its first international trade office in Ireland, marking a new step in the state's efforts to strengthen shipping ties with Europe. According to the ports, Ireland has become one of the state's largest international partners, shipping tens of billions of dollars in goods annually. But much of that cargo currently moves through ports outside of Indiana. The new office in Cork and Kildare, Ireland, expected to change that and support a new direct shipping route between Europe and the Midwest. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
You know, the economy and the market are in a hairy place these days. It's up a lot, it's down a lot, it's sideways, and it seems on the hour there's breaking news coming out of all areas of the country. How do you get your head around that? How do you not go crazy in the process? I'm Peter Dunn. You may know me as Pete the Planner, IBJ columnist, and my job for years has been to help you understand your financial life better in context with everything else going on. So, what am I encouraging you to do? Well, listen to the Pete the Planner show. Yeah, it's a podcast. You can get it wherever you get your podcasts, or simply listen at ibjpodcasts.com.
The IBJ Media Podcast Network is the soundtrack of a growing state. Indiana is on the move, and you can hear it happening on the IBJ Media Podcast Network. We bring you the voices at the center of our economy, our courts, our companies, and our communities. Subscribe now and be part of the conversation that's building Indiana's future. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcasts.com.